don't like it. It's no numbers. There's no pictures. There's no videos. There's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, Freemers, I want to ask you a very important question, all right? Bear with me here, because this is something that's been on my mind for, it's been on my mind for a while, but I think, I don't know, this year, I guess, has been the more, it's been the more relevant time of the question being on my mind. But I want to ask you guys this, okay? And you've probably seen the title. You're thinking, Kyle, are you good? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But the question I want to ask you guys is it pointless for Free Realm Sunrise to release? Is it pointless for it to come out, right? That is the question I'm going to be asking you guys today. Is it pointless to release Free Realm Sunrise? Now you're probably thinking, why am I asking this question? Well, it's more of, I asked the question a lot, because we've all moved on in terms of where we play our games. We moved on from Free Realms because it got shut down nearly a decade ago. It'll be a decade next year. And, this revive has been in the works since at least 2017, as far as I know, which is just crazy. But, it's been in the works for a while. And, I guess, I wasn't asking the question until, a little bit last year and then more this year because of a couple things. The main thing being, all the drama that's been going on in the community surrounding the game. I was like, is it really, I think I've asked the question before, is it worth Free Realm Sunrise being released? We've gone through all this drama, we've gone through all this, is there a point to Free Realm Sunrise even coming out? Is it worth just, should we just forget about the project, or should we just, move on? That's more so when I was asking that question, because I was just man, I don't know if I really want this game to come out if this is what it's gonna be like, But now is the more important time to be asking this question, and why I wanted to make a video centered around this, because I've been talking about it. We got Palia on the horizon, right? We got this new. We haven't had a social MMO, and I don't count any MMO that's released. We're not talking about any MMO that is centered around constant grinding or farming of things. We're not counting Genshin Impact. We're not counting Final Fantasy 14. People are gonna call something a social MMO, but it's not really a social MMO. We haven't had a social MMO in a decade. We haven't had one since Free Realms. Okay, we're talking social MMO, strictly no combat, no nothing. I mean, technically, any MMO could be a social MMO, but the main point is we haven't had a social MMO since Free Realms. Since we haven't had one like Free Realms ever. It has been way too long. It's kind of wild that it's taken this long for one to be in development, and I'm guessing, the studio behind Palia, Singularity 6, they knew about Free Realms. They had to have, because, dude, no one's gonna make a social MMO like Free Realms because, it shut down. But someone at Singularity 6 had to have some knowledge of Free Realms. There's no other explanation for why this game came to be. No one, I don't know. It just makes me think someone had a love for Free Realms and really wanted to see it come back, but in a way that made sense. Make a new game, right? I think this is probably the best outcome that could have happened. I mean, it took a decade for this to happen, but still, it's really interesting that we finally are going to have a social MMO that's like Free Realms this year. This game is coming out faster than I could have anticipated. I didn't realize it was going to come out this year until the Switch announcement, which I thought was crazy. Everything's kind of happening really fast. I don't know if anyone else gets this feeling, but like, I mean, for one, there's like a Q&A or something for Palia coming out on the 14th. There's a gameplay deep dive on the 18th. There's another stress test coming out, which I'm going to participate in on the 25th. Then there's the closed beta on August 2nd. And then there's the open beta on August 10th. And there's no end date for this beta, so the beta's out forever. And then you get Switch release in holiday 2023. Then you've got probably the full release right before then. So everything's happening so fast, and it's crazy that we are going to finally have this social MMO this year. So this is the main reason I'm making this video, is because with Palia coming out and Free Realm Sunrise still not out and it's still in development, it begs the question: is there a point to still reviving Free Realms? Is there a point to still releasing this game? And while I'm not trying to diminish anyone's hard work on Free Realm Sunrise, like, you know, Mayhem's been working on this for 6 years, right? And there's a chance that it could launch anytime. I'm not gonna say it's gonna launch this year, because I don't think there's a chance, but still, like, you know, they put Mayhem's put his heart and soul into this project. He really wants to revive it, but at the same time, I feel like when Palia's closed and open beta launches, I feel like I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna forget all about Free Realm Sunrise. Like, obviously, I've made promises to do stuff with the launch of Free Realm Sunrise. I'll play both, but like I do wonder, like, if there's no point to releasing Free Realm Sunrise now with Palia coming out, because we're gonna have this social MMO that we've been missing out on for a decade. And I think it's a good question to ask, because, you know, we've waited so long for something like this to happen, and it is finally happening. And I don't, you know, I look at Palia and I think this is never going to happen again. You know, we're never going to get another social MMO unless Palia if Palia takes off and is the next best game. There's a chance we could see more social MMOs, and, you know, this would be the start. The reason, I think, personally, the reason we never got another social MMO after Free Realms is because the game shut down, right? If a game shuts down, there is a chance that no other game like it will come out, because you know, people will look at that and go, that was a failed attempt at a game. You know, no one's ever going to recreate something that failed, but everyone's going to recreate something that succeeded, right? You look at Fortnite, everyone and their mother are making battle royales now, which is crazy. Well, not anymore, but still, there was a lot of people making battle royales. A lot of devs were like, hey, battle royales are cool now, let's make those. So if Palia takes off and is the next best thing, chances are we're going to get more social MMOs, and this is the start of something great. Like, you know, people will look at Palia and look at Free Realms, and they'll be like, okay, these are doing good now, we should make something like this. And this is going to expand this whole social MMO community, and it's going to be a really positive space, and it's going to be really cool. And we can finally leave this, like, you know, we can leave the toxic community of Free Realms behind and move forward, which will be really cool. But yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking that Free Realms Sunrise, you know, coming out is it's almost pointless now. Regardless of the hard work the team are doing, I don't know. If Palia wasn't happening, I wouldn't be asking this question to you guys, right? I wouldn't, because, you know, I'd still want that social MMO experience, but we're going to get that in less than a month. That's crazy. We're going to have this experience of, you know, having the social MMO again, and man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying like Mayhem should give up on the project, but like, we'll see what happens. I don't see for one, it's a little hard to see the project coming to fruition, what with costs and all that, but I don't know. I think we're kind of seeing like the future almost of where we're gonna go with the social MMO, and Free Realm Sunrise is probably not it. I think Palia is kind of the future that we're looking towards. I don't see Free Realm Sunrise being like, I don't know. I think what's gonna happen, right? And hear me out, guys. I think Palia is going to release. Everyone's gonna play it, and I think if Free Realm Sunrise even does come out, everyone might forget about it. There's a very good chance, and then I don't know. Maybe the project will just be abandoned or something. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's going through Mayhem's mind right now. He probably knows about Palia. I don't know. It's kind of wild to think about that we finally have a social MMO. It's still like knowing that Palia is basically going to be out within a few weeks blows my mind. Like, I've known about Palia since last year, so to know it's going to come out this year is just crazy to me, man. It's super crazy. But I'm very excited to get my hands on it. I'll definitely I'll do a review if I get enough playtime with it. I'll review it and I'll let you guys know like what I think of it. Most likely I'm going to really enjoy it. Just from what I've seen, what I've played for myself, I do think this is going to be the next iteration of the best social MMO, and it could be the future of social MMOs if it does really well. So yeah, the question I just have for you guys is it pointless to release Free Realm Sunrise now? It's a very good question. I think everyone should be asking it. Comment what you think about this whole thing. I do think it's just a valid question to ask at the moment, because maybe some people don't agree with me and they just want their childhood back. But you got to realize we do have to move forward in the ways of, we got to keep moving forward. I think that's a great, I'm pretty sure that's from Meet the Robinsons, that quote, but keep moving forward is kind of the thing. Like, the past is the past, we can't keep living in the past. We gotta be in the now, But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Whether or not I think Palia will be the next iteration, but I want to know what you guys think. If you think this, Free Realm Sunrise releasing is pointless, let me know. If you don't, tell me why. Tell me why you don't think it's pointless. Regardless of the team's progress on the game and how much work they're putting into it. But I'm curious. But yeah, that's gonna be the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it a ton. If you did watch the video, thank you. It means a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video.